So, Sean P. Diddy Combs, a bombshell settlement, secret settlement of $6 million has been revealed. Hey guys, it's Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back at again with another video. If you have not subscribed, guys, click that button, please. It is daily and consistent content, and let's get straight into this video. So, Sean Diddy Combs agreed, it has been revealed in a bombshell secret settlement, to pay more than $6 million to a male sex worker who claimed he was used as a slave, an amount and cover-up never previously disclosed, which has now been disclosed exclusively via RadarOnline.com. Radar Online can reveal the hush money deal went to a man who claimed he was hired to have sex with Diddy and the rapper's ex-girlfriend Cassie, according to people familiar with this special deal. The NDA was designed to bar the worker from discussing his drug-induced tryst with Diddy or disparaging him or Cassie to the public, which is why he signed it. The escort and his Florida-based attorney approached the rapper, who has been accused of racketeering now and transportation now, several years ago, quietly, and negotiated the payment in return for his silence. Diddy agreed. It settled the individual's civil legal claims against Diddy, including misconduct and trafficking. Radar Online has chosen not to name the man who has said he is an alleged victim, but sources confirm that this man ultimately ended up telling his story anyways to the federal prosecutors and recently testified before the grand jury, which is still considering filing more charges against Diddy. Wow. So he took that $6 million and several years ago, and still secretly testified to the grand jury, who are considering more charges against him. Very interesting. The previously unreported settlement was negotiated on behalf of Diddy by Mark Geragos, the famous LA-based attorney who previously represented Michael Jackson. Geragos is also the attorney for Eric and Lyle Mendez, the brothers who obviously killed their mother and father. Geragos lists Diddy on his website as his client. Now get this, Geragos' daughter, Tenny Geragos, is one of the three attorneys spearheading Diddy's so-called defense dream team, which also includes lawyers Mark and Anthony Rico. Mark and Tenny Geragos have a history of defending many figures accused of significant crimes, including those who were convicted of trafficking. Tenny Geragos is likely to have taken on the delicate task of cross-examining these victims, particularly the female witnesses, to break them down about their claims if this goes to trial, which it looks like it will. A source familiar with the matter said the civil settlement did not prevent the man from telling his version of what happened between him and Cassie to federal prosecutors and the grand jury. However, a source connected to the defense said the U.S. Attorney's Office should be very careful about hitching its wagon to the individual who has the subject of the payment, because taking on this particular situation where he received $6 million, it could undermine the Fed's case at the trial. You can expect the defense will argue anyone who engaged with Diddy did so consensually and for their own reasons, whether that was money, career advancement, or romantic interest. There are also instances where people engaged in extortion because Diddy was a high-profile target because of his wealth. How can someone alleged to be a victim if they shook someone down and ended up profiting millions of dollars? How can they be a victim? That's what the lawyers for Diddy are probably going to argue, as Diddy is still remaining in the jail at the MDC Center in Brooklyn, New York, who's been denied bail twice, and appeal is still pending for much longer than we expected. So this bombshell specific stuff is going to be interesting. Interesting indeed. Interesting indeed. Another law enforcement told Radar Online the decision to continue to present evidence to the grand jury represents a major escalation for Diddy and sets the case on a path towards further criminal damages. That's why this is happening. Diddy has pleaded not guilty and is, ratcheting up his bid to again seek bail, which seems that it's going to fail. But of course, it's a major escalation for Diddy behind the scenes, for the fact that not only were we told a couple of weeks ago that grand jury is still convening for more charges, but now we've been told that even somebody who settled for $6 million, a male worker, is also going to the prosecutors. I'm glad that he has, because it makes complete sense. It makes complete sense. People need to understand that signing an NDA does not mean that you must be silent. If something illegal is going on, an NDA is not valid. It's not valid at all. It doesn't have its power. It doesn't do anything. But many people thought that once they signed NDAs, they weren't able to do anything. They were silent for life. Not if something illegal is going on. You can absolutely go to the police, go to the FBI, go to whoever you need to do. So I'm glad that this person who settled 6 million, this was years before Cassie put a lawsuit up, guys, 6 million, also went to the grand jury secretly, which has been revealed. So major video here, guys, where a 6 million secret lawsuit came out. Diddy settled it quietly. He has now gone to the grand jury in the past week, and this is a major escalation with the fact that more criminal charges are coming his way, which we discussed before, but clearly they're still coming his way. So what's going to happen this Thursday, 2 p.m. on the 10th of October, is what I'm looking forward to, guys, because I don't know if that will also include the appeal, but it definitely will be the next date for everything to be happening. This is where, in my opinion, I believe Cassie learned what was going on. She saw that Diddy settled silently with this man for 6 million, and therefore she thought that she would do the same and obviously wanted to, you know, settle it quietly. Diddy refused. He was like, absolutely not. I own you. I'm better than you. My delusion, my ego. And therefore that ended up being his biggest mistake, because when Cassie went public with this, it ended up acting as a domino effect where everybody ended up in scenarios where several lawsuits were going on. Now, yesterday it was announced that Diddy's key to the city in Miami is also going to be rescinded. And my question is, I don't know why so many states in America are giving him keys to the cities. Like, I truly don't get it. Why is he getting so many keys? Why did he get the key to New York? Why did he get the key to Miami? You're really going to sit here and tell me that this man was given the keys by governors, politicians, and that these politicians didn't know what he was doing? Absolutely they did. And the reason why they didn't care is because they were getting some checks shoved down their throat, or it was benefiting them in some kind of financial way. It's a two-way dirty street with these people. Those who helped Diddy were helping him because Diddy was helping them. Scratch my dirty back, I'm going to scratch your dirty back as well. That's how this grimy world works. And for him to get these keys, I don't understand. Him being based in Miami and New York and getting the keys to these cities, it truly doesn't make any sense to me as to why Diddy was given this, but not anybody else. He was also a successful billionaire. We've spoken about Diddy for the past 11 months, nearly 12, so much so that I think people forget that Diddy was a very powerful man. And what I mean by people forgetting it, I don't mean that people are afraid of him. What I mean is that this man was a billionaire. If a billionaire can be taken down like this in less than a year, any of these billionaires that you're seeing today who are very powerful or look powerful can be taken down. What it also tells us is that these billionaires in the music industry who appear powerful to us actually are not, and they're basically just puppets with strings all over them. And I think that this is a reminder for you guys that Diddy was a puppet with strings. Now, a lot of lawyers out there are stating that, you know, Diddy is the number one of this RICO. It's a group organized crime, and of course you find those or the lesser of the group and tell them to snitch to get the number one. Now, people are saying that Diddy is the number one, but I just don't agree with this. I don't see Diddy being the number one person in this group organized crime. Diddy was taught by several people about things, and those specific people are still alive. There definitely is a heavy network above him, executives, etc., that don't show their faces. These are the people. Jimmy Iovine, Lucien Grange, Clive Davis are three of people that we just know of, but there's probably 25 more that we don't know of. These are the people, in my opinion, who are number one, but they're just not going to be going down. So Diddy is not the only one. I just want people to really understand this. There are multiple people involved. Hundreds. These are just reminders for those who may have forgotten. But Bombshell lawsuit, who would have thunk it? Diddy was settling with male sex workers back in the day. 6 million, you know. Who would have thunk it, guys? Let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this. Do subscribe to the channel. We know how this is going to go if it goes to trial. Diddy's lawyers are going to especially come for the female witnesses as opposed to the male and really break down the entire story and then use it against them. It's going to be very tricky and very interesting. Subscribe to the channel. It's Murad Murali, and I'll catch you guys soon for more daily and consistent content.